see two next steps. One is that we will all the European countries will further reduce. We will go to a certain average level of usage. So especially those countries that are still have quite high use will need to come down, and they are already in the process, but it will take another 5-10 years before they really are at an acceptable level of use. Within the countries, those farms that have high uses will need to be brought in the group, will have to be brought to low use. So that's one big trend. The second trend, which I see coming now, is the trend to go towards zero use. And so this towards this production without antibiotics. And in several countries, in Denmark you see it coming, in France there is a brand, in Belgium we have a number of farms that now produce pigs without antibiotics. It's a never ever, so from birth to slaughter without any droplet of antibiotics. And it's a very beginning now. But I think it's a future. So I predict that in 20 years from now, the majority of the pig farms will breed pigs without ever using antibiotics.
So I think probably the next steps, the most important steps, I think, in most of the North American countries is that the data has to be available in a manner that's useful to the farmers and the producers, so that they have some motivation and to contribute that data to some sort of national number or national level. And I think that's probably the missing piece of the puzzle, certainly in the U.S., is that we have to figure out how this data will ultimately impact the management of the pigs directly, and then its value as a rolled up national number becomes more of a reality at that point.
Yeah, I think what we see now, for instance, in Vietnam and Thailand, that there has been banned on feed medication. I think that is a very important first step, and that happened just a few years ago. So we'll see what happens with that, but then also more, how to put it, more emphasis on veterinary services and support to the farmers, because in some areas there are very little support from professional veterinarians. The farmers go directly to either a chemical shop or to a pharmacy, and they don't get any real good advices how to use the antibiotics or not to use them.